One great thinker once said, if you want to be successful in anything you do in life, especially business, you must first know what not to do. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the most common ways to lose money drop shipping, okay? So make sure you guys watch this video in its entirety, comment on the video, like the video, and make sure you share this video with at least one friend who you believe can gain value from this here video. So let's get started, guys. I believe it was Warren Buffett who said the first rule of business is to not lose money. And the second rule of business is to follow the first rule. Okay, so we're gonna go over how not to lose money drop shipping. All right. So one of the most common ways that you can lose money drop shipping is by selling an item for less than what you can purchase it for. Meaning, let me take this for example. We got this Note 2 cell phone. Say you might have this listed on Amazon for say $300 or so, okay? And you may only be able to find it through a supplier or on a retail supplier for $350. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you actually lose at $50 per sale of the cell phone, okay? So a lot of you might be thinking like, well, you know, that's an obvious, but a lot of people out there who watch this video who are experienced drop shippers, they know for a fact that within your inventory of hundreds of items that you have or thousands of items, you probably only have a handful of items that sell over and over and over every day, 15, 20, 30, 40 items a day, every day for the last couple months or whatever. So you just got into a routine of getting online and putting in orders, retail orders, for this item, okay? But what happens is you get real relaxed with the item and you don't check the price of the item, and for whatever reason the item, your retail supplier increased the price of the item, say $10 or whatever. So now you don't put in 15 orders of this item and now you out $150, but you might not have realized that right away. You might have put in the orders, you might have a good supplier, retail supplier, and they didn't ship the item out the next day. So now you out $150. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways that you can lose money with drop shipping, is not paying attention to the price of your item. And well, there's another way too, because you might even notice that you're going to take a loss on the item, but in order to preserve your Amazon account or your eBay account, you might just say, you know what, I'm going to take this $150 loss. It's better than me canceling 15 orders or whatever, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and take the loss, and I'm gonna ship these items out, but it's not a big deal because I done made a couple $1,000s this month. So I'm gonna take the 150 loss and we're gonna move on. You know, so that's one way that you can lose money. There's a way of kind of lessening the blow. You can contact the people who purchased the item and give them a little spiel on it and have them cancel the order through a buyer initiated cancel. This way it doesn't affect your account the same way. That's a whole nother video. For those of you who are in my DS Domination, you can click on it's in the training and all that. So anyways, so that's one way. So let's go on. Another way that people end up losing money in drop shipping is by selling items that are similar but not the same. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, now a lot of you guys out there know that there's a bunch of items that are sold on Amazon or eBay. The only difference on the item is the branding, okay? Now, in terms of electronics, you know, that brand name can mean the difference between high quality and very low quality, and also in other brands too, okay? So what you would do, for example, you might source an item on Amazon or whatever, and what pops up is a different item. It's the exact same item, but the only difference is the brand, okay? So you might take a gamble being a new seller saying, well, shit, the only difference is the brand name. I'm going to sell this item, okay? So that will actually hurt your account because some people do care about the brand, even if it's a lesser known brand name, you know? You know, they might get the item in the mail and say, well, this ain't the same brand. I'm going to put in a claim for item not the same. Or you might sell an item of a brand name, and that brand name that you shipped out to people might be very low quality. So what you're going to end up getting is a lot of order defects and returns of the item, you know. And then not only that, when they return the item, they're going to want you to pay the shipping cost. of the item. So even if you get the item back, you still paying return shipping. That's taking money out of your pockets, people. So don't sell items that are similar but not the same. You may be able to get away with it for a while. You may be able to fool some people, but you can't fool them all. So you best not just even do it. Okay. So another way that you guys could lose money by drop shipping is by selling back ordered items. Okay, now what happened is you might have a hot selling item, it's selling, and for whatever reason you done sold people out. All right, now you might go to your wholesale supplier, maybe you're doing a classic drop shipper model, and your drop shipper might have right up on the back office, it might say this item will be back in stock August 3rd or whatever. So you say, okay, we about 6 days out, 7 days out, I'm gonna go put list some items. Okay, and so you may do that, but I guarantee you the majority of the time, or even if you source an item through retail arbitrage, that retail supplier may be out of the item, and it might say on their back ordered. You know, don't sell any back ordered items. You're just asking for troubles, because 9 times out of 10 they will not be back in stock by when it's time for you to ship the item. I just recently ran into a situation with that with one of my suppliers out of Florida. It wasn't his fault. He told me that the items weren't going to be in or whatever. I just missed it. And I put in the order, and he didn't have them, so now I got a credit thing going on with him. But that's cool, because me and him, we like this. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So don't sell back ordered items, and we're just gonna go off with that. I got some notes over here, so excuse me. Just keep my mind on track or whatever. So I don't even know. I need to look over it. Scammers and merchant bullies, guys. Scammers and merchant bullies. They just get to my core. I'm trying to tell you guys. If you've been selling online long enough, you will encounter a scam or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Okay, where people try to scam you. All right, and you will encounter the worst. The worst of the worst is the merchant bully. Merchant bully. All right, let me one at a time. So the scammer. The easiest scams is you ship out an item, and then they talk about something that they actually didn't receive the item. Okay, you don't put tracking in on the item, they don't sign for the item and everything, and they still put in a claim saying that item not received. Okay, so what happened is when you're just starting off drop shipping, you don't want nothing to happen to your eBay account, your Amazon account, your PayPal account, whatever it may be, Bonanza. You might just say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna refund this person the money. It ain't worth it, to deal with it. But if you like me and you sell more high dollar items, you're not willing to so easily take a loss of $200 or $300 or $400 on an item when they're saying that the item wasn't received. You have to fight back against every scammer that you receive, especially the I did not receive my item. And I noticed that I get most of that when I'm dealing with electronics and things that appeal to a younger audience, like teens, people in their younger 20s and stuff like that, electronics, video games and things like that, consoles, computers. I've gotten a lot of items not received, or other little scams where they try to say it was a defect and they ship back an item, and I ship it back, or my supplier gets it back, and they're like, hold on, that's not even the same serial number, it's a completely different item. So you got to fight back against scammers. So hold your feet in the ground, poke your chest out, and you got to fight back against them scammers. Okay, so second of that is the merchant bully. Okay, the merchant bully is this guy or this girl. They'll send you an email claiming that they are the sole supplier, sole seller for an item, and it's normally, I've experienced it mostly on Amazon. It's on eBay too, and they don't want you selling their items, and that if you don't stop selling the item, they're gonna sue the shit out of you, and it's against all these international laws, and you're scamming and shit like that. Let me tell you guys something now. Most of the times when you receive an email like this, 99% of the time it's fake. Okay, especially on Amazon. It's gone rampant on Amazon. Okay, what's happening is it's just another seller trying to monopolize the seller box on Amazon or on eBay. Okay, they don't want the competition. So what they do is they'll send you this email stating that they're the sole supplier or the sole seller for this item, the exclusive seller, and that you need to get off the listing, or they're going to sue you. Okay. Now there's several very simple ways for you to find out if they are who they say they are in regards to the listing. Okay. Not only that, what a lot of people have been doing, which is not right, is, well, I don't hold on. I don't want to put this out there because I don't want to influence other people to do the same things. Let me just pause my brakes. But anyways, there's a certain way for a person who is actually the sole brand name owner and this and that. There's a certain way for them to create a listing on Amazon through Amazon processes that will exclude other people from selling on their listing. Okay. Now, if they don't follow that process to a T to avoid confusion of people selling similar items on Amazon, you're good. Now, let me tell you something. I actually went back and because I was giving up way too easy with some of this stuff. I mean, people contact me left and right. You selling my stuff? You selling my stuff? You selling my stuff? And I just didn't want to deal with it. Millions of items on Amazon. Why even fight for these items? Well, some of those items I was making a killing on. And so what I did, now that I'm more of experience, so I went back. I actually listed a bunch of those items that I got spooked off of. And I fought against all of that. And let me tell you, out of all those items, Amazon has not required me to stop selling an item. I need to make a whole video on how to fight back against these people. I even have rebuttals in my Google Docs to send back to people who send me these emails. Okay, so I have not received one request from Amazon telling me to stop selling on these listings. I've actually have Amazon sent me emails saying, until you hear from us to stop selling, don't stop selling the item. Okay, so you got to fight back against merchant bullies, people, because they're taking money out of your pocket, or they're preventing you from getting money, and the scammers are actually taking money out of your pockets. Okay, so with that said, what else? Oh, lack. Another one. Well, this is the biggest one that will curve and cripple and crumble your dropshipping business before it even gets off the ground, is lack and inactivity. Meaning you're just too lax with your business and not taking action. Okay, so say for example, when you first start off dropshipping, once you get a sale, I would suggest that you immediately put in the order, put in the tracking numbers as soon as possible. Just get used to the hustle and the bustle of dropshipping so that you can develop your own processes that work really good. You need to run your business like it's one of the most important things in your life, because this is a revenue generating tool for you. So being too lax with your business and not taking enough action in your business when you first getting started, it will cripple your business, because if you're putting in tracking numbers late, you're going to get late shipments on eBay and on Amazon. People are going to start leaving you negative feedback, and Amazon or eBay is going to delete your account. All right. Or if you're selling on your own website, they won't come back to your website to buy anything because you take too long with all that, So, and also, so that's just being lax, just being lazy with your business. I'll order it tomorrow. I'll put in track and ship the shipping tomorrow. Or say not enough activity in your business, being inactive. Not checking your prices. You know what I'm saying? Getting hit selling items and taking a loss on them. Or not checking. Resourcing your items that you're already selling to see if you can find them at a cheaper price through a different online retailer or through a different drop shipper. You know what I'm saying? So not being active in your business, that could kill your business. You know what I'm saying? It's costing you more money, more time, and things of that nature. So lack and inactivity will not only kill your business, it'll kill anything that you're doing. So you want to be proactive in your business and develop systems. So that's the next one. So not having a solid system for your drop shipping business, that will really kill your business too. You need to attack your business starting off like one day you're going to be a multi six-figure earner in your drop shipping business, or $1 million earner. You need to attack your business like that. You need to have a system in place where, like, even if you only sell a couple items a week, you have to have a system in place where, like, say you wake up, first thing you do, besides praising God, is you need to check your orders, see what orders you had coming in, see what got shipped out, put in your tracking information, purchase items to have them shipped, you know, answer any questions that people have for you. You know, just have a solid system on what you do every day to make your business run smoother. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you know, every day list 10 items a day, 5 items a day, you know, delete items that aren't selling well out of your account, you know, um, have a calendar for that. There's certain ways, certain systems out there that work very well. I have my own system that I use, and I can share that guys with you guys. I've shared it with other people, and they like it a lot. But if you don't have a system and you're trying to learn how to drop ship, DS Domination is one of the best places to show you how to drop ship using a retail arbitrage model online. It's absolutely the best. So with that said, guys, you really need to overcome some of these obstacles in order for you to maintain a successful drop shipping business for years and years to come. So if you can tackle everything that I spoke about in this video, you will be on your way to making 6 figures or more or whatever, just by not doing some of the things that I spoke about in this video. So like my man Ty Lopez said, he said, in order to be successful at anything you do, you must first know what not to do. Okay. Warren Buffett, he says, first rule of business is not to lose money. Second rule is to follow the first. So whatever you guys do, make sure you guys like this video, comment on the video, share this video with at least one friend who you believe can gain value from this video, and make sure you don't lose money drop shipping. God bless you guys. All right, bye-bye.